Happy Thanksgiving and welcome to Gospel Greetings, practical encouragement for living out your faith in the marketplace. Today we begin a short series on the book Alter Ego by Craig Groeschel. Last week we discussed the difference between influence versus importance from Proverbs 22, which says, "Do you see a man skilled in his work? He will serve before kings. He will not serve before officials of low rank." We discussed this saying of the wise and contemplated Paul Henderson and how his skilled work, especially the goal of the century, provided opportunities to influence people across Ontario, Canada, and now the world. It sure is better to be influential than important. This week, we start our series on alter ego. I will be discussing session 1 from the video series called Overcoming the Labels That Bind You, based on Colossians 3 1 to 3. Since then, you have been raised with Christ. Set your hearts on things above, where Christ is, seated at the right hand of God. Set your minds on things above, not on earthly things. For you died, and your life is now hidden with Christ in God. In this session, Craig talks about the labeled life and how we can be given negative and positive labels by people, yet they are not who we really are on the inside. He describes struggling with two kinds of labels: idealized, people pleasing labels like good son and good student, and negative, confining labels like tightwad or Scrooge. Craig shared how he failed to live up to the idealized labels and couldn't seem to live down the negative ones. Then he asks a convicting question: what labels come to mind when you think about your own struggles? For example, what idealized images have you wanted people to believe about you so you could fit in and win approval? And what negative characterizations have left you feeling trapped by past behavior? The alternative to this labeled life is an alter ego. Developing an alter ego requires sacrificing false labels on God's altar in order to discover your true identity in Christ. The Apostle Paul describes this in our verses from Colossians. Think about the things of heaven. You died to this life, and your real life is hidden with Christ in God. Then Paul writes that our real life is hidden. He uses the word crypto. Crypto is the root word for encrypt, which means to encode, make secret, and protect. I think the idea of encryption can help us understand our real life, our true identity, which is hidden with Christ in God. So, this alter ego is a God centered identity, one we both receive as a gift and then grow into over time. A biblical example is the Apostle Peter, whose given name was Simon. And Simon means unpredictable, unstable, and unfaithful, and it was an accurate reflection of Simon's impulsive character. But the first thing Jesus does when he meets Simon is rename him. You are Simon, son of John. You will be called Cephas, which when translated is Peter, from John 1:42. Both names, Cephas in Aramaic and Peter in Greek, mean rock, the precise opposite of wishy-washy Simon. In essence, Jesus says, I see you, I know who you are now, but I also know a deeper truth about who you really are inside and who you will become with me. Ask God today to reveal any old labels you may not be aware of. Then let's thank Him today that He is bringing us to our new identity and name, the loved Son of God. Happy Thanksgiving.